My name is Mohit Kumar from Group 317. My topic is antibodies and antigens. What is antibodies? Antibodies are produced by beta cells in response to antigens, and antigens are the foreign substance that enter body such as virus, bacteria, toxin, allergies. Virus, bacteria, toxin, allergies, these are the antigens. In response of antigen, the antibodies are produced. Also, antibodies are also known as immunoglobulins. There are total 5 classes of immunoglobulin: IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG, IgM. These are the 5 classes of immunoglobulins. There is a key interaction between antibodies and antigens. Antibodies recognize and bind to specific antigens. Suppose there is an antigens of virus. In response of virus antigens, any of them 5 antibodies bind to specific antigens. Antibodies help to remove antigen from body. And third is antibodies can activate other immune system. For example, in virus, if the virus enter in your body, the virus produces an interleukin, and that interleukin infect the other cells. That is, antibodies of virus can activate other immune response. The first antibody is IgA, immunoglobulin A, that found in mucosal surface such as respiratory, gastrointestinal, and the gastrointestinal tract. It provides the protection against infection in these areas, like in respiratory, like in bronchitis disease, UTIs. It can be secreted into bodily fluid like saliva, tears, breast milk. Mainly the antibody IgA produced in saliva, tears, and breast milk. Second antibody is IgD. IgD express on mature beta cells. Beta cells, it activate the beta cells and it initiate the antibody response. It is the main antibody of all of 5 antibodies. Third is IgG. IgG involved in antibody class in blood provide long-term protection against infection. The IgG antibody close the placenta, whereas the IgE antibody involved in allergic reactions. In allergy, there is a release of histamine and heparin. That antibody bind to histamine. Fifth is IgM. Is first antibody produced in response to infections. These are the structure of antibody. We can see the only IgM antibody are pentameric in structure, whereas IgG monomeric, IgA monomer and dimer, IgD monomer, and IgE monomer. My second topic is about fibrous protein. What is fibrous protein? Fibrous protein are a type of protein that play structural role in cells and tissue. These are composed of long chain of amino acids. Like the fibrous protein are made up of amino acids. There is a sequence of amino acids. These amino acids are connected by peptide bond, and these form the protein, because we know that all amino acids form the protein, and amino acids are connected by peptide bond, and these peptide bonds are denaturation also occur in these peptide bonds sometimes in disorder like collagen disorder, elastin disorder, keratin disorder. These peptide bonds are breakdown. The fibrous provide strength, stability, elasticity to tissue. The first fibrous protein is collagen. Collagen found in skin, bones, tendon, and connective tissue. Suppose if there is an injury in any cells, if there is a necrosis, apostasis occur in any cell, then the collagen attack. Collagen, there is accumulation of collagen and that injury. We can see also pus in that area. Second type is keratin. Keratin found in hair, nails, other layer of skin. Mainly fungal infections occur on that type of structure in hair, nails, because they contain the keratin. Keratin is a fibrous protein which is made up of amino acid. Third is elastin, that found in tissue, lungs, blood vessels, and skins. Mainly the lung infection like bronchitis, in which the elastin fibers are loose. So elastin. And fourth is fibrin. Fibrin found in blood clots. If there is an injury, then platelets, there are 2 type of factor, intrinsic factor or extrinsic factor. They attack on the injury, so there is an accumulation of fibrin along with the collagen. The fifth is actin, which is found in muscle fiber. We can learn the sliding filament theory in which the actin myosin works. So actin and myosin are the type of fibrin protein which help in sliding filament theory. And sixth is the tubulin. Tubulin found in microtubules which help in cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton provide the strength, stability. Fibrous protein have also several key features because they are long, thin structure and they have very high tensile strength. Fibrous protein play very crucial role in providing structural supports. There is mainly cell structure support, facilitating the cell movements in passive transport, active transport, sodium potassium pumps. They also contain some protein type structure. They also regulating the cell signaling. And some additional fibrous protein is titin. Titin is the largest non-protein in humans. This is the largest protein. Fibrillin, which found in the connective tissue, and connective tissue, we know that blood is a connective tissue in which the fibrillin they contain. And the third is the laminin, which is found in the basement membrane involved in cell adhesion and signal. Cell adhesion is a type of junction. There are total 3 types of junction: gap junction, tile junction, cell adhesion. So laminin found in the base membrane of that type of junction. Fourth is a desmin that found in the muscle cell, which involved in muscle fiber structure and stability. These are the fibrous protein, and the main function of fibrous protein is what they provide the strength, stability and elasticity, like tendon, ligament. These are also made up of fibrous protein. Some factor that influence structure and function of fibrous protein. First is amino acid sequence. We know that fibrous protein is made up of amino acids because protein is made up of amino acids, and these amino acids form there's a sequence of amino acids like lysine, glycine, arginine, methionine. The sequence form that type of fibrous protein. The fibrous protein also contains the hydrogen bonding because we know that adenine form 2 bond with thymine, glycine bond 3 bond with cytosine. That type of hydrogen bonding which present between the amino acids, and that amino acids stabilize the protein structure, and that hydrogen bonding present in the fibrous protein. Third is a disulfide bond. Disulfide bond is like there's one amino acid, 2 amino acids which are connected by the sulfide linkage, and that sulfide linkage as a type of covalent bond, and covalent bond are formed between the non-metals. So these are the type of the fibrous protein. There is also hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophobic interaction, we know that the fluid mosaic model, there is a membrane which is made of phospholipid in which there is a hydrophilic interaction, hydrophobic interaction. So hydrophobic interaction present in that type of cell membrane, or in which we know the cell membrane is made up of protein. There is an intrinsic protein, extrinsic protein. And the fifth is electrostatic interaction. Electrostatic interaction like between the metal, non-metal, positive ion, negative ion, in which the electrostatic interaction present, which is also a part of the fibrous protein, because in fibrous protein electrostatic interaction presence. And at last is pH and temperature. The pH and temperature are the main factor which influence the fibrous protein. Suppose if there is a temperature is very high, then there is a denaturation occur in fibrous protein. There is a breakdown of peptide bond of the fibrous protein. So pH and temperature, if there is a acidic, highly acidic pH, the fibrous protein breakdown of fibrous protein occur. If the pH is highly basic, the breakdown of fibrous protein starts. So there is a neutral pH between the 4 to 8. That pH is very good for fibrous protein. Some disorder of fibrous protein is collagen disorder, elastin disorder, keratin disorder. For example, collagen disorder in which we found that collagen found in skin, bones, tendons and connective tissue. If there is a deficiency of collagen fibers, which is a part of fibrous protein, then our bone, we can see the fractures of healing power of bones will less. And the second is elastin disorder. Elastin disorder found in tissue, lungs, blood vessels, and the keratin disorder. This is all about fibrous protein. Thank you very much.